Hey everybody! I'm Sam.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Will, and we are
Working
Title! Hello there. Guys, we are back for another episode of Vinland Saga. Season 1, Episode 20.
Crowned.
Crown
Ed.
Crown ED.
No.
Last on,
Crown
guys.
erectile dysfunction?
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
Last on, the campaign has started. Torkel and Askeladd have bowed down to
Knut.
Nice, that was good. Thorfinn, begrudgingly, by default, is following along them, as well as everybody else. And we're gonna go kill King Swen, it looks like. And dethrone Harold, the one he wants to take over.
Fuck the king.
Fuck the king.
Every chicken in this room. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content, leave a comment down below saying hi in your native language, or good morning and good night, or good evening. You decide. I don't. Check out the Patreon right above us if you want to see some of these shows a week in advance. That's Vinland, that's Full Metal Alchemist, JJK is over, so now it's Hawkeye, and then Book of Boba Fett and The Witcher will be joining our ranks soon enough, so prep for that.
It's not a marked substitute, y'all. If y'all want to check out Vinland Saga, go on whatever anime streaming service you prefer, then come back to YouTube and watch your boys, Working Titles, Reaction. We're gonna punch it. Bah! Oh, nice. Town? Outskirts of Gainsborough?
黒木様、報告が事実ならば、このなさりようは大変不敬な。ありえぬ。クヌート殿下がトルケルを従えて生還する。
Oh my
Wow,
god.
word travels fast.
ありえぬ。
Oh no. It's the opposite of what they wanted.
Alright, we're already here. Look, he's got an eye patch.
Yo, フローキ。
Want to fight?
私が帰還する旨、数日前に使者を送ったはずだぞ、フロキ。槍を持って出迎えるのが貴様の霊か。
いえ、そのようなことは決して。
Because Floki's supposed
耳が聞こえるのか、貴様。貴様はデンマーク王家に対し、弓を引く気かと聞いているのだ。
Yeah.
いえ、そう。
You still gotta play the part.
Yeah.
我がヨウム戦士団は敵軍襲来とのご報を受けました。
Yeah.
Oh boy.
王陛下の館へ夕刻までに参じると報告しておけ。正確にな。
You reported
Oh,
accurately.
dude, this is good. The problem is all these guys.
Yeah. I like the detail on them.
Did Thorfinn realize that Floki's the one that gave the order to kill?
His dad?
Yeah.
I don't think
No.
so.
Oh, I can't
Escalade
wait.
hasn't said that.
I can't wait.
I forgot that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I meant to bring that up when he pops back up in London when this all started. You know what I mean? Like, do you
Yeah.
think he knows that?
No. I mean, that's the more of the person who killed him than Askeladd, really.
If
It
Floki-
wouldn't be no kill hit.
Yeah.
And Floki met Thorfinn or Tors and his whole family, right? Or like not met like, oh, this is my son. But
yeah,
he saw
well,
them all.
he-
there.
yeah.
When he came to get doors.
I feel like it's just weird that Thorfinn's never like said anything about him. You know what I mean? Like, there's just, it's not even been like brought up in dialogue. Like, oh, this guy, my dad's old buddy.
Yeah. Well, even Askeladd has never said, like, who threw the hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, but even like, I mean, he might not remember when he was a kid just because of the trauma of his dad dying. You know, he might not remember much of his childhood, honestly, pre-dad dying.
You would also think that Thorfinn would have brought up by now with Askeladd, like, why did you kill my dad? And then have a retort
Yeah.
of, well, I was told to. Well, by
Yeah.
who?
Yeah.
He's too blinded by rage
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
and
but-
revenge.
And they're not really... One doesn't consider the other the friend.
Yeah.
今はまだ仕掛けてはならぬ。私の味方はこの軍中に少ない。トルケル、各部族の首領たちと交わり、関係を修復しておけ。
つまりあれかい？あんたのおごりでジャカジャカ叫んで
Yes.
他の首領を誘ってだぞ。行け。
素晴らしいね。
What a wonderful.
ついてきて正解だったぜ。行くぞ。
Let's go.
Let's
buddy.
go.
Hell
ア
yeah.
シナットは私と共に王のところだ。
The king's here?
人物評価を聞きたい。
Apparently.
短期的には暗殺がよろしいかと。兄王子ハラルド殿下は遠くデンマークにいらっしゃいます。これは好機です。今王陛下が崩御されればイングランド方面軍の最高指揮官はあなた様と
Yeah, it would just fall right to him.
Damn.
この場合首謀者を偽装する必要がありますが
So Thorfinn.
Yeah.
命令すんな。俺はあんたの手下になった覚えはね。
But you're here.
ご無礼お許しください。
I love how Canute are like he went from being like a 15-year-old to like now he seems
A
like
man.
he's 30.
Yeah.
友を失い、親と子が殺し合う、そんな様のすべてを天空の高みから見下ろしておられるのだろう。許せぬ。
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Dude, he is
私
spiteful.
はこの地上に楽土を作るぞ。平和で豊かな生きることに苦しむ者たちの理想郷を
Good. This is what
私
you should be doing
は
as a king.
Might not be able to achieve in
それ
one
でも
gen,
最初の
but
一歩
I'm still gonna take
私
the
が踏み
first
出す
one.
のだ。
Nice.
Damn.
神はきっと私を目
So he's realistic.
身元で召そうとするだろう。その時私はこう言うの
I don't want it.
もはや天の国も試練もいらん。我々の楽土は地上にある。とな。
Dude.
Wild. Thorfinn's like, what the fuck's this kid talking about?
鬼にもなる。
Turn it into a demon.
Whoa. If that's what it takes.
Yeah.
That's Erwin Smith right there, Frick. Yikes.
Erwin.
Erwin, I will be the devil of this life. Look at that shot.
We're gonna see his face.
戻った。
陛下よりお預かりした兵を失ってしまった。負傷の身に余ります。
思考をよれ。
He is
お待ちくださ
so
い。
Wrinkly.
ring, yeah.
Old.
トルフィン
いるな。20人ってところか。
Oh boy.
高いところなんだ。
殿下、伏兵です。どうやら王陛下はこちらの腹をお察しのようですが。
Damn.
This is fucked
ど
up.
うしたはよ寄らぬか。
そなたたち
Bloodbath if they walk in
剣を
though.
抜いてはならんぞ。先に抜いた方が負けだ。そういう剣
Holy shit.
no.
He's gonna go.
Ah.
もう少し近づけば王の顔がわかる。顔を見れば。
You know what kind of man he is.
There we go.
Ugh. God, he's
そこでよい。ひざまずけ。
He's missing teeth.
What kind of man is he, Askeladd?
Yeah.
Ascot Neil.
Is he not gonna kneel?
疲れ
焦らんと。
姿が見えぬが。
This man
知
killed
り
him.
ました。マーシアの中で。
あれは誠の中心であった。
You
He's
wish.
like on death's door.
You wish he was loyal to you.
クヌートのみ立て10歩前へ進め。
Bro, Thorfinn's like, what are we doing here?
ほんのわずかの間に
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
顔が変わったな。世の若き日に似ておる。
されば我が心の内もお分かりでございましょう。
そのようなところまで嫌に似ると。
He
親の
knows.
なしを見て育つのです。よもやお責めになりますまいな。
世は父である洗脳を国外へ追い放ち、この王冠を奪った。それが王国のために良きことと信じたからだ。
Mm.
こんだけの護衛に囲まれて何言ってやがる。
黙れ、聞こえるぞ。誰目をつかぬ気はねえってね、殿下よ。敵の巣の中にいるってことを忘れなさんなよ。
He's not afraid.
意志があるのだ、この王冠には。かぶれば千の船、万の兵を統率でき、
Oh, let's
王国のあらゆる
go.
宝を取り寄せること。 だがクヌートよ、力を使うのは王ではない。王冠の意志が使うのだ。
王冠が陛下に命じたというのですか。私を殺せと。
Oh no.
そなたを欲してはおらぬ。
How the fuck do you know that?
Boy. What are we gonna do?
Talk their way out of it?
This is where we need Thorkill just storm in like, yes, we are here.
I got all the clans!
I'm ready for a fight.
嫌だと申すなら、この場で死ぬがよい。
God, looks terrible.
そのお言葉も王冠が言わせているのですか、陛下。
陛下、恐れながら発言をお許しください。ロンドンの富は無傷のまま陛下のものとなります。多大なる犠牲を払い、この戦果をもたらしてるのはクヌート殿下に他なりません。この御沙汰、新たな領地の割譲において各将軍に動揺を与えます。何とぞご再考を。
It's a fair point. Good thinking, Escalado.
灰まみれ
The one covered in ashes. Is that what his name
それ
means?
はあだ
Oh,
名で
that's
あ
your
ろう。
nickname.
貴様の父が授けた名を申せ。父は私に名を与えませんでした。いや、奴隷に産ませた子かの。
Oh boy.
Oh!
Oh,
Shit.
he's got like killer energy on
Yeah.
him right now.
アシュラットがここまで怒るなんて。
クヌート、世は明日ヨークに立つ。かの地にて宴席を設ける。褒美はそこで授けよう。
He's gonna try and kill him there.
Again, yeah.
気も冷やしましたぞ殿下。
剣王と呼ばれたいお方なのだ。こちらさえ軽挙に出れば王の内のところはむしろ安全だろう。
ではなおのこと、先ほどのような挑発はお控えください。
Yeah.
何のことはない。スベン王は王冠の奴隷というわけだ。
That's
Another slave reference.
私が使いこなしてみせようさ。
I can't wait.
アシェラットか。
God, he's so
Oh
gross.
man.
It looks like he's melting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He looks
Yeah.
like really disgusting chocolate.
That must be where.
Ugh. It's like Pizza the Hut. Seriously.
Woo!
We need to get horns.
Yeah. Come on.
Wait, did he clean up?
Is that Willibald?
I think it is.
Aww.
Yeah, that's his 57th glass.
誰だおめえは。坊主なんざ招いた覚えねえぞ。私はビリバル
Yeah.
お忘れです。
Oh my god.
$23?
23? Are you crazy?
What?
Bro, he really is like Zeke.
Yeah.
Zeke looks like a freaking
Oh, they're having a drink off.
60-year-old.
不思議な男だ。
What a strange
好き放
man.
題に生きながら周りのものに
Gosh, dude.
やれそうか。あの王。
難しい。と言わ
Why'd
ざ
you say
る
that
を
so
得ません。
loudly?
Because all these guys are in their confidence, I think.
頭の良いお方とお見受けしました。洞察力と先手を打つ行動力をお持ちです。
He knows a lot too.
Yeah.
戦上手とも申せましょう。さすがは一国の王といったところでしょうか。手強いですね。無事のご帰還お喜び申し上げます。
ラグナルの弟、グンナルだ。
Oh.
見知ら
Oh, it's the guy that we're supposed to work with.
Oh.
Oh, right.
ほう、なんとも頼もしい風格ですな。グンナルと申せ。ところで殿下。
Bro, he's
それ
spaz.
の計画、その件について、あるも交えて後ほど。
Oh, does he not
Brother's
know?
ラグナルは死んだ。
は
Oh, he does look like Ragnar with
He
that
does with
egg
the
head.
point head,
それ
yeah.
からそなたの仕事は王の監視と報告だ。使う兵は信用できるものを選べ。
殿下、そのような話をこんなと。
That's what I said earlier.
構わぬ。むしろこの場は密談に良い。
Everyone's drunk and not paying attention.
お変わりになられた。
変わるさ。全てを変えてゆかねばならぬ。
I must change everything. Dear Lord, get it.
It makes sense. He
Guy.
was trying to talk to him like he was a little kid still. You know what I mean?
I was about to say, where is he? With a splint?
Guy is
Damn! Nice.
修復主に4年のないことで。
アシャット。
あ
Oh boy.
Oh, poor brother.
Oh, are they gonna leave?
国に帰るか。
あんたは気にしねえと言ってくれたけど、やっぱ俺たちは裏切り者だし、
Aw.
なんつうか、この先どの面してあやいいのか。いった。
Yeah, he's broken.
兄がもうあんなになっちまったし、ビョルンの傷治るといいな。
Oh,
Seriously.
Bjorn's wounds heal.
あ、トリおめえそれでもバイキングかよ。よくもまあこんな真人間が俺の手下になったぜ。ビョルンは長く持たねえよ。
No.
腹渡まで達してる。
Oh,
昔からの手下はトルフィンだけってことになるな。
shit.
再出発にはちょうどいい。
Yeah.
The
On
bracelet.
me.
Oh.
すまねえ。じゃあ、ありがたく。
What is he?
He's drunk.
条件がある。二度と剣を握るな。
Oh.
お前には似合うねえ、アトリ。
Oh.
羊を飼い、嫁をもらって、ガキをこさえてベッド
Alright,
で
Taurus.
死ね。
And die in your bed.
これから先、おめえを戦場で見かけたときは、味方でも切るぞ。
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Frick.
I mean, his brother's like, you know, not ready for fighting anymore either, so.
This is cool. I'm so happy they get to just please go live a happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, away from all this chaos.
Get the hell out of here, please.
Oh, I feel so bad the brother's like impaired now.
Yeah.
That's fucked. Oh, look.
Oh, hey,
Leif
hey,
Erikson.
hey, hey.
York.
I thought we were still with our guys. Wow. Oh man, he's old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's Bjorn right there.
Yeah.
Thumbnail. Another banger. Another freaking banger, man. I like it.
Banger man.
Bangerang.
Bangerang.
Hey! Wow! Copyright. Don't sue us. Skrillex.
Did a time jump? 5 days or like 7 days?
Like a week, yeah.
We are up in Gainsborough, and Floki had the army prepared to attack because he heard that Thorkel is following Canute
Canute, yeah.
right to their border,
Yep.
and he didn't do well at hiding that they're not very warmly welcomed,
Yeah.
which is very funny because it means Floki has to put on the show because he's not in charge of deciding if he's allowed to kill Canute right there on the spot.
Yep. And Canute actually sent a message ahead of time, like, "Oh, we're coming."
Yeah.
You thought it was an army, huh?
Yeah.
And like, you know, they already knew. I mean, of course, they already know that Canute was supposed to be murdered, but still, they know what type of time King Swen and his kingdom's on. You know.
Yeah. I do love that though, and just like the fear in Floki's face that there is a new son has really showed up at their door. It is not a lot of people actually in this episode. Floki, King Swen, and Ragnar's brother. What was it? Gunnar?
Gunnar.
Gunnar.
Something like
Gunnar.
that. All have taken notes to the new change in his face. And it's just good. I'm excited. I like that you guys brought up because I had forgotten that Floki is in fact the one who ordered the hit on Tors.
Yeah.
So we have multi-blood points to have to check off before we leave this area.
Yeah.
And Floki's definitely on that list.
Yeah. I feel like that's gotta get brought up by. I mean, like, I'm surprised that Askeladd. I don't really know what Askeladd's endgame with Thorfinn has been all this time, honestly, but I'm surprised that he hasn't been like, you know, actually, like, I mean, I'm sure he'll probably use that now, like, knowing, like, we need Thorfinn to buy in and be, like, on board with joining Canute. Like, that would be a good buy-in. Like, listen, the reason I killed your dad is because this guy paid me. And it was one of your dad's buddies. And then he can ask Torkel, do you know Floki? And he's like, oh, yeah, man. He was with us in the Jans Vikings. They ended up becoming in charge after Tor's left or something like that. You know? So
it'd be great, like, if Thorkel even said that, like, he was best friends with your dad. It would, like, even more hit home with Thorfinn and be like, this traitor.
Yeah.
You traitors! Yeah, that'd be a good way to get Thorfinn on their back, because he's kind of a loose cannon. He still wants to kill Askeladd at the end of the day. That's all he really is here for.
Yeah. But it's weird. It's like a weird relationship, because he's still cool with, like, working with them.
Mm-hmm.
Askeladd's like, Thorfinn, what do your L5 see? He's like, there's 20 there, and 5 above.
And there's archers.
Yeah.
And Thorfinn's really just kind of delusional. Like, there's so many enemies near them right now for Thorfinn to think that he still has a chance at getting a duel. Like, he has to work with them to keep Askeladd alive to kill Askeladd.
Yeah.
Like, if he doesn't buckle down, he's not going to get what he wants, and someone else will kill Askeladd for him.
Mm-hmm.
It almost happened. I mean...
It did, yeah. Exactly.
If Canute didn't come in to save the day...
Thorkel, yeah. Like, I don't know what world he's living in that he thinks that Askeladd's going to live forever and under these perfect circumstances, that he'll be able to have this perfect duel that he's been dreaming about, craving about. You good?
I just remembered Thorfinn ripping out Thorkel's eye.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Sorry.
Shove the fingers in it.
He gouged it.
Fuck.
Really.
Sorry.
No, you're good. The show
Just hit me.
graphic moments. Hey, you got an eye patch, though.
You did.
It covers up that disgusting wound.
Yeah.
He ain't like freaking Fuhrer just winging that nasty thing out in the open air.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool thing.
It is a cool thing.
It is cool. Isn't there... What is the movie that does... what's his name? One eye... The patch guy in Pirates of the Caribbean. Does he ever show his eye and it's just like the socket? You see just like the...
No, remember he always picks
The
up
guy,
that glass?
it pops it out.
Remember he always picks it up and he licks it and like puts it back in. Like,
It's not... Yeah.
Movie. There is a movie where like they open and you see like the inside wound just all healed.
Yeah.
Like the hole that's present. Ugh.
Yuck.
Gross.
There's
But,
the dude
they
in
can't
Lord of the
open it.
Rings. Where they're all in Helm's Deep when they're all saying fire and the guy turns around and it's just a socket.
Yeah, I remember that guy. That's funny. So we go into Gainsborough and we meet the king. I guess Canute has an entourage now. He's got Thorkel, Thorfinn,
And 500 men.
Askeladd, 500 men left. And even that other guy, Thorkel's like little buddy.
Lackey.
Yeah.
The lackey who's been like kind of always talking during those Thorkel up moments.
Mm-hmm.
Thorkel's assigned to talk to the generals,
Get the clans back.
Yeah, get the clan all together, riled up, and trusting Canute should a turn of the switch occur.
Mance Raider.
So I'm assuming those are the Gainsborough, Jans Vikings generals he's referring to.
The Gainsborough's like...
The location, I just mean like the Jans Vikings here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, that's
those
what
generals.
Floki is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. We still don't understand if, like... Because not everyone in King Swen's court, like all those guys, were wearing Jans Vikings attire.
This is a whole bunch of different
True.
clans.
So just all those groups as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Yams is like a clan.
Yeah, Jans is the Floki group, the one that we met
With the eyeballs.
outside of the city, probably
With
protecting.
With
Yes.
the eyeball shield.
Yes. They are the 10,000. Are they the 10,000, or is the 10,000 including the Jans?
I think it's total.
Total.
Part of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't really know.
But yeah, he met with King Swen. And
face reveal.
yeah, grossest face
Piece of the hut.
reveal ever.
Ugh.
He looks like one of those chocolate bars that has like the nuts like melted through, and like each of those little moles are just another little peanut trying to protrude through the bar on the bottom.
Like a Snickers
Yeah.
or a Babe Ruth.
His face was...
He's definitely not
melted.
Snickers, because Snickers they're good.
Yeah. He's like
He's like a Goodyear. One of those bars people don't want to eat.
Yeah.
He's smart. He's not like...
Yeah.
I mean, he's at his end of his life, really, but he's not somebody to really...
He's not a fool.
Yeah.
No, he's not a fool. He's someone to contend with. He knows the pretext just as well as they do of why we're all here. He wanted to kill his son, and his son's aware of it. And the son wants to take over, and the king's aware of it.
They both understood that, like, you know, whoever draws the first sword loses. Like, you can't be the one to make the first move in this instance, because there's not enough of real provable reason to kill the other currently. hence why they won't assassinate him without anyone knowing, and also why Canute was supposed to be killed in battle and not,
Assassinated.
and not assassinated or just openly executed.
Yeah.
It's pretty ballsy too for even Canute to say, "I know you wanted me dead.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted me to die," because that kind of it's a jab at the king and what his intentions are, and can show a little bit of instability if people are following a ruler who's willing to just give up his son's life. Like, what is your life in comparison to the king's
prince.
son, the prince's life? If he's willing to just off somebody of significance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Canute's playing with fire, but the king knows it's not the time to make a move on him either. Like, he doesn't want to kill 3 individuals of importance to the Thorkel army that just pulled up.
Yeah.
I love how it's like kind of viewed as like Thorkel, like don't mess with Thorkel kind of thing, because everybody knows Thorkel is a beast of war.
Yeah.
So if you mess with them, you're gonna get him coming to the door too. It's a multi-package deal.
Yeah, I mean, he literally walks up the door and said, Floki, let's fight. Like, come on. I can still beat you, you know what I mean? Like,
Floki fears that man. I mean, he threw the boulder and Floki was like, I'm out of here.
Yep.
yeah, they knew. I mean, they said that, he was like second to
Thor's.
Thor's only.
Until everybody knows Tor's.
It still just blows my mind. I mean, I know that Thor's got ambushed and he really didn't fight with killer intent. But it still just blows my mind that Askeladd killed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Askeladd put up a good fight. I keep bringing it up. I'm sorry. I've done
But
this
Askeladd
again.
didn't lose the fight though.
He did.
He did lose.
He disarmed him.
And the only reason Tor's died is because he let himself die. So it's not like he lost, really. Thor's won and then sacrificed himself.
He died.
Mm-hmm.
If Tor's was Tor's of old, he would have probably killed everyone on the. He would have killed everyone on the boats, and he probably would have been able to like jump up like the 50-foot cliff and like murder all the archers.
But if we want to do an analogy for anyone theoretically who follows a Christian faith, Jesus let human kill him.
I know.
And realistically, if the Son of God wanted to, he could probably just go boom like Roy Mustang and just obliterate all Israel, anyone in the proximity.
Yeah.
So theoretically,
I know. We're just talking about the show.
I know. I'm just going with Thor's. He's the closest Messiah figure who literally has like God tier power on this show.
Yeah. But yeah, Askeladd was able to speak up for Canute.
Yeah.
Told you they were going to talk their way out of it.
To try and talk his way out of it because he was afraid Canute was going to say something stupid to get them all killed.
King pushed some buttons.
Yeah, the king insulted his mother.
That was intense.
That's
Called
an
him
anime
a
thing
slave.
I've not seen.
Oh, that.
The aura.
The aura of I want to murder you.
Yeah.
You said it well. I was like, what? Is he like steaming right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, that's the aura of death right there.
It is.
Yeah.
That's a man who wants to kill.
I love that stuff.
That's just awesome.
It's cool. I like it.
You can like feel like the bloodlust.
Yeah. I mean, like,
awesome.
honestly, the only thing that was missing that would have made this, like, a more anime thing if it was at his hand, the entire ground, like,
Yes, it cracked.
Underneath
Just
of him,
broke
like,
the ground.
I think that would have been a little too much for me.
Oh, would have. I mean, it
Well,
would've-
Thorkel could do something like that.
Yeah, he could, but this is Askeladd.
True.
They can each have their own little anime thing.
Yeah, but they, power up. You get an amp for being angry.
Dude, that would be lit.
Just like
Bro.
Anakin. Anakin gets an amp for being angry.
Bro, Thorfinn got thrown into the sky and fell.
Mm-hmm.
And
He got
still
thrown
survived.
he got thrown like 40
I'm gonna fight you.
Bro.
Yeah. Held the knife up.
And is now still fighting
ED.
better than everybody else. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still fighting than everybody else better against the little...
His arm is splinted, and he's kicking the shit out of that barrel.
Yeah,
He's doing
What
like
the
flips.
fuck? He's a ninja.
Yeah. Also, I mean, it's still a touchback on Canute from the Awakening episode, but he had his little moment of
Looking at the cross on
looking
top
at
of
the
the building.
cross, that like face. What a face he's.
What'd he say?
It's more of the same. Like, I am gonna do this thing.
Screw you, God.
I am gonna make this generational wealth for this world. If not in my time, then the next time, so that society can keep moving forward and make a paradise.
So that we don't even need to go to deal with the trials that it takes to go to heaven.
Yeah.
And I mean, he literally said like the Erwin Smith thing. Like, I will play the devil's role if it means making everybody else individuals in paradise.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you had a little anime thing. Is it
Yeah.
Naruto?
Yes. No.
No.
I always just assume every time you say I can't say it, it's a spoiler. I always just think he's talking about Naruto.
No.
What shows do you guys know, damn it? That you guys don't want to spoil for me.
Too many.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I like that quote. I like seeing Canute's like way of how he's conducting himself. It's a hell of an ideology.
Yeah.
We went to his court, or like the dining hall. Torkel's just drinking it up. Willibald,
Was
23
Clean shaved.
23
years old.
What the frick?
We're
Dude,
older than him.
He's literally Zeke. Have you seen the fan arts of people who take Zeke's artwork from AOT when he has his full beard and they just erase it and show the parallel of what he looks like when he's like 4 years before when they
No.
do the flashback of him?
Mhm.
Well, it's
I
just
haven't
crazy
seen
because
that, but yeah.
because you know how he looks in his flashback
Yeah.
with the doc, how young he looks, and then
Yeah.
with the beard, the dude looks like he's like 60
50
years old,
50 years
going through
old.
Marley Town.
Yeah.
Fun fact: in the manga, he has white hair. He literally has a white beard, and supposedly it's supposed to be a signifying of the. Sorry, it's spoiler alert.
The 1 year left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's supposed
Damn,
to
the
have white
age
hair.
in the manga. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, that would explain the Yuri thing too, by the way. The gray hair.
Yeah,
But
Yuri.
I guess they just kind of. Sorry, that's a whole nother show. But
Yeah.
They would just tossed it to the side.
Our popular show. Check it out.
Well, yeah, go. It's one of our most successful. Please go check it out. If
Yeah.
you haven't already.
If you
done
haven't.
so it's more likely AOT people are here
Yeah.
than Vinland people going there.
Sure.
But
Make a comment that you made it to that part of us saying that. Go check that show out.
yeah. Also, just tell us if you were from our AOT show,
That.
because I'm pretty sure they were the ones who recommended this show.
Vinland, yeah.
So yeah, Willibald is extremely young. He's younger than me. Yeah,
That's what I
all of
said.
us.
He's
All of
older-
us. That is
we're older
so
than him.
weird.
Yeah.
But that shows you what a beard can do for you.
Yeah.
And he could drink better than us.
Hell yeah, you can. The dude drinks like 10 kegs.
Yeah.
That's
He
crazy.
said 57 beers there right there. He had 57 drinks.
Imagine. Is that even
He's a
realistic?
monster.
Can people drink that much? Are there people that can drink that much without like?
Nah,
Probably
that
die.
alcohol
Killing
poisoning.
themselves?
You'd probably die.
Yeah.
There's like those videos you see of people on TikTok who like take like those 3 like full sized like whiskey bottles and just chug them, and all the comments are like, "Yeah, he's dead within the week."
Oh yeah.
Like liver's
seen, like,
gone.
The boot glass.
No.
It's a boot, and you drink it, and once it gets towards the bottom, it does like a vortex thing. You could like choke, so you have to twist it as you drink, so
Yeah.
it'll go down so smooth.
I love the videos. I'm just staying on this tangent because it's funny,
Mm-hmm.
but I love the videos where you see the people go, they like lick the bottle and then swirl it in their mouth.
Yeah, that's shotgunning a beer bottle.
It's so cool. I could never do that, but Jason Momoa makes it look perfect and flawless. I love it.
Can you shotgun a can?
You know, I've never done it, but I also don't.
Dude,
like,
you
I don't.
should
I don't
try it.
like beer that much.
Oh,
so-
you could do it with anything. Anything you can.
All right, we'll try it next time.
Oh, it's so awesome.
We'll record it.
Like usually,
No,
like
we
a.
won't.
No, we're
we
not.
won't.
We're not gonna do
No,
that.
we're
Like a
not.
beer can. Like I shotgun Trulies. Like a beer can's like this size. Truly's a little bit. I knew he was gonna laugh at that because people think that's like a pussy thing. I don't care. I don't care. It's the only seltzer I like enjoy. But dude, you're chugging that shit. After a while, it's like, oh my god, this needs to finish because there's so much in it.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's because it's got carbonation in it.
Yeah.
Regardless, we obviously need Willibald in our presence to show us up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see. I personally, I don't like the new look. I liked his
Yeah, I like the beard.
old,
His scruffiness.
his old man, super existential look.
Yeah.
It was really funny to me, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get over that.
Yeah, because now he just looks like a normal like kid.
Monk.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Athelstan.
We met
Gunnar.
Gunnar.
Gunnar. Gunnar.
He was
Gunnar.
very eccentric. Brother of Ragnar. Who had a task to go check on nations, and now it's useless because we like advanced the game of chess by like 5 pieces. We're
Yeah.
like literally threatening the king now, so it doesn't matter. Like there's no conspiracy anymore.
Yeah.
And he's been tasked with what? He has to go
Watch the king
watch the king.
with his most trusted soldiers.
That dude's dead.
And report back.
He's dead.
Oh yeah.
Well, Ascalon said he's not as loyal as we think he is, you know. So,
Oh, that'd be ironic. He's all worried about the men in the room. It might be him who is turncoat.
yeah.
That would suck. Went outside. Thorfinn kicking ass against nothing. And then
The two brothers.
Otley and what is Otley's brother's name?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Torgrim. Yeah, that was my favorite part of the episode.
Yeah.
That episode was amazing, but I love those brothers, and it's
Yeah.
sad. It's sad to see them go.
Yeah, but I mean, Askeladd's right.
Yeah,
Fighting is not for them.
Yeah.
They need to, especially now with the brother being in his mental state that he is. Like,
Yeah.
they need to go live a farmer's normal life.
Well, I love the line of like almost respect from Askeladd because he's been calling he's been saying he hates these men so much, like he thinks they're all just animals or whatever.
He said, "Who knew I had a man with a heart on in my squad?" Essentially,
Like someone of like relative intelligence to like have discernment of I want to leave.
Yeah.
I don't want to follow the Viking life, which is probably a huge like epiphany for Askeladd, who's been calling these guys dogs. To find that one of them was the only one who survived. Really, is the one who has relative, discernment outside their dogma. And his poor brother, man. I liked Torgrim,
yeah.
and I even like that Otley was like, I don't feel like I should be here. Like I don't even have the guts to like look at you anymore.
Yeah.
Like it was just a really like refreshing, honest conversation.
Yeah.
Between people who've like backstabbed each other, or,
Yeah.
like used and manipulated each other in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, good on you. You get to live another day. Go find a life. I love that part too. Like take this, but never pick up a sword again. Don't do it.
If I see you on a sword, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
So he's
With a sword.
He's encouraging the Tor's way of living.
Yeah.
Which is great. Who would have known? Askeladd, who just murdered 64 civilians, is now encouraging the way of Tors. He is way too complicated. It's so frustrating because I want to hate the living guts out of this murderer.
Yeah.
And now he's like doing all the things I want from a hero, and it's so frustrating.
Yeah. True.
Got lots of like symbolism about the crown. The king doesn't really give orders; it's the crown doing it.
Yeah.
That is
The crown
very-
has like a will of its own.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very wild.
I mean, it makes sense. It's
Kinda
just
does.
like power and like the need to keep it or grow it, or I mean, that's literally what he says. Like the need to sustain or grow your power and influence. And so, it's not even necessarily that he's doing, because he's not doing something as a father. He's not doing something out of like reverence or anything like that. It's like I have a duty to the crown.
Yeah.
And the crown, the crown to sustain needs me to do certain things.
Do you think that's the real reason? Like, it wasn't because he hates his son, but because he thought at the time his son was not good enough to take the throne.
It definitely is that. It's definitely like, why waste the time complicating, because remember, his country was divided. You know what I mean?
Which is so weird, too, because if he really felt that way about his son, then it's really him who's failed, because it's not... Ragnar became the surrogate father because of a lack thereof, but that's the king's fault for not being there to cater to the son who was most likely supposed to take the throne. Unless...
Well, it's not that it's most likely, it's that the country split in two on who they wanted to be king.
Yeah.
Because in reality, I'm sure that the half that supported Canute didn't care about Canute or who he was as a person. It was probably like, oh, it's a little naive kid. We can just manipulate him to do it. I mean, they didn't say that in the show. That's just my personal assumption. That like why else? I mean, let's go back 10 episodes. Who in the world would pick Canute to be their leader? Not a soul.
It would be, honestly, it could, though, be that he had a majority of people. Well, like, think of Renly, though, from Game of Thrones. People loved him, but he was, like, kind of like Canute. People loved a kind king and not a stern, smart king.
But Canute didn't talk to people. Literally, Canute was afraid to talk to other people unless Ragnar spoke for him. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like they couldn't have even had an opinion about him. So,
or maybe his brother's a lunatic. Maybe his brother. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, either way, the country was supposed to be divided. So the king's like, well, the best thing to do to sustain the crown of the country is to kill one of the sons, so that the other is like forced in succession. And the one that made sense to kill was Canute because he's a worse candidate. So
Bro, imagine trying to have that weight on your shoulders, like as a king, like you.
I mean, and that itself could start a war there too by doing that.
That's what I mean. Being in the position where it's like you have to no longer think of your son as your son and just potentially let him be like the cow you go kill for beef because it'll better the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
It'll feed the people around you. Kill off the king, or kill off your son because you can't see him as a son anymore. It'll better the kingdom.
I wanted to bring up that in the intro, Askeladd has the king's crown on his sword.
Mm.
Well, remember
And a snake too.
they said that he's the one that's, or he said, Canute asked him, "Do you think you'll be able to kill the king?"
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Is that symbolism there? Foreshadowing?
I'd imagine that Askeladd
Won't be
or Thorfinn would probably be the one to try, actually do it. Because who are they going to trust to do it? They can't they don't want it to be public knowledge that it was Canute behind. Canute was responsible. So
they said they had to hide the person.
Yeah, they can't have Thorkel just come in there and be like, "Rah!" Just tear the whole building apart. They're gonna know Canute did it. So.
They have to hide the person after the fact.
Yeah.
That's why I thought, like you guys, it would be Thorfinn. Because he's easier to hide.
Same.
You need the hand of the king to still be the hand of the king.
Yeah.
True.
Assuming Askeladd stays in that position. Well, this was a good episode. This was a good one. And how many episodes we have left? We still have 5 to go.
4. That was 20. There's 21, 2, 3, and 4. No.
Oh, Matt Leif Erikson too. He's chilling.
He's in York, which is where the king wants to go next. They're gonna have They're going to have a fucking
Event.
what do you call it? I almost said brunch. Buffet? No.
Banquet.
Yeah. Thank you. They're gonna have a banquet there to celebrate and give Canute his reward. So.
I think it's going to be another kill attempt.
Red wedding.
Yeah.
Or poison.
Yeah. Well, that's what they showed a lot of the king's drink
Tears of
this
peace.
episode. Maybe they'll try to poison him.
Probably. Guys, if you enjoyed our reaction, leave a like, the subscribe button, the notifications, the comments, something in a native language that you want to tell us. Don't spoil the show for us. We're excited to get to season 2, and hey, we'll catch y'all on the next one. We're going to punch it.
Boom!